right, we should be live. I just want to make sure. Okay, we're all set.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right, we will go ahead and get started and some people can join us. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our network welcome. I'm Jamie Chavez, President and CEO of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce, and every Wednesday, I bring to you a live video featuring one of our newest chamber members to introduce them and give them a chance to talk about their business. If you're new to the broadcast, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. I encourage you to like and follow our Facebook page so that you get notifications for when we go live in the future. If you're on YouTube, you can hit subscribe and then explore our previous broadcasts there as well. We also offer broadcasts on Mondays, which are dedicated to city updates from city councilors, mayor pro tem, mayor, and other city leaders. And these broadcasts offer a chance to hear all about what's going on down at City Hall. And so we hope that you tune in for those as well. On the last Friday of the month, we do county updates featuring Jefferson County Commissioner Tracy Kraft Tharp. So stay tuned for those to be informed on broader county matters as well. And this month, actually, it's going to be on the 22nd. So that's in just 2 days, a week early due to Thanksgiving. So we hope to see you there for that. As you watch the broadcast this morning, we encourage you to engage with us, drop your comments, ask any questions of our guests, or say hello, and we'll get to those during the interview. And now a warm welcome to the owners of Marketing by Jae. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. We have a couple people joining us. Good morning, Brian, and good morning, Head. Good morning, Eric. Thank you all for being here. So why don't we start with just kind of an introduction to you both and to your business?
Yeah. So I'm Malia Calderon. I am owner and founder of Marketing by Jae.
And I'm Jade Calderon, and we are the ones that kind of started Marketing by Jae. I follow behind Malia. This is my sister. So it's a sister-based company.
Very cool.
So we started Marketing by Jae last January when I was a senior in high school, and I had been doing internships for the last 3 years of social media marketing. And then my senior year, I was dedicated to starting my own business. Back at that time, I started my business. It was just a little too chaotic with senior year and figuring out where I wanted to go to college and all that stuff. So I took a step back. And then in March, I went full swing in, and I actually brought in my sister because at that time, her son was diagnosed with autism. And so she needed a job that was a little bit more flexible. So from the beginning of March to April, I trained her on everything a social media manager needs to know.
Got it.
Yes. So it gave me the flexibility to be able to be home with my son and being able to do all the therapies that I need to do with him.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we stay on track. So I'm
How old is your son?
He's 4. And then my youngest is 3. So I'm very busy, but
yeah.
mornings consist of therapies and afternoons school. So
yes,
that's usually when I'm able to get all the work done is in the evening, like afternoons while they're in school.
Yeah. I have a 4 and a 6-year-old. My 6-year-old has spina bifida, so we do a lot of therapies and things too. So I know how that goes.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh. But it's been wonderful and being able to have this opportunity.
Great.
And then I also still work 2 days a week, so part-time with a job that I have currently. But it's getting done.
Awesome. Good. Well, tell us maybe what Marketing by Jae does. What do you specialize in, and what do you like to do? What are your favorite things?
I think my favorite thing with Marketing by Jae is doing content creation for businesses. They don't know like how much that actually benefits them. If you can't like hire a social media marketer, at least doing content creation like once a month or every other month helps the business so much, because then they can kind of post that high quality content on their social media and still reach a really good audience from the high quality photos and videos and that stuff. And then Marketing by Jae, we specialize in social media marketing, email marketing, Google Ads, and then all that fun stuff that business owners don't really like to handle and don't know how to. We get to teach you, or we can run it for you.
Got it. And I'm curious how you came up with the name.
So Jay is actually my middle name. And then I was actually named after my sister. My middle name was named after my sister. So having the both of us kind of in the name was something special that I wanted.
Great. And there's, a lot of different marketing companies or organizations, people that can help with marketing. What sets Marketing by Jae apart from other agencies?
I would say is we like to be hands-on with you, and we love to hear your feedback, and we take that time and that extra step to make sure that you're getting taken care of.
Yeah, we're not here just for the money. We're here to make sure that we're helping the business bloom and grow and turn into this beautiful business that you would have not imagined 2 years ago.
Awesome. What type of clients or industries do you typically work with?
So we're kind of an open book. We work with pretty much anyone. We haven't really worked with car dealerships, and we're kind of on the fence with them. But our favorite ones are just someone that's ready to kind of step out of their comfort zone and watch their business succeed.
So what does that look like? Someone reaches out to you and they say they want some marketing help. What's the process there? What do you go through to determine, what they can benefit from the most?
Yeah.
So our process, we usually do a Zoom meeting with them first, just to kind of see what their key points are and what they're wanting to really focus on. And then that allows us to kind of brainstorm and put a little presentation for them together. And then we'll present that to them at that Zoom meeting. So we kind of have them fill out a little questionnaire before that Zoom meeting. So we kind of know okay, this is what they really want to focus on, this, not so much. Let's see how we can incorporate all of that. So then we have that to present to them when they come in for that meeting. Yeah. And then we'll send out at the end of the meeting, we send out our proposal. So it has everything that we covered on that Zoom meeting. And then we send that off to them, and then that's good for about 2 weeks. And then they get back to us, and then they let us know if that's something that they're liking, or if they found somebody else. We just ask them hey, what can we do differently? So we learn too.
Awesome. So how do you tailor your services to meet your clients' unique needs? What are some of the questions that you might ask, or how do you figure out what best suits them?
Yeah, so with that questionnaire, we kind of have do you want to target more on Instagram or Facebook or on LinkedIn? That's a new one that's upcoming for small business owners. So we'll ask kind of those questions, if they know who their target audience is. Because if they don't, then we'll take an extra month when they onboard with us, and we will research the heck out of their business to see who their target market is, who they're targeting, where they're targeting, all that fun stuff that business owners might not really know or have a set goal on who they're marketing. So we will do that and all that fun stuff to make sure that we're really getting the goals that they want to accomplish done.
Got it. Do you do any SEO stuff? I don't think you mentioned that.
We do. It's not our favorite stuff, but we mostly will do more of making sure the SEO words are included in the hashtags and keywords in the captions.
Got it. So in your experience, what are some of the most common marketing challenges that businesses face today?
I think saying that they can hire the front desk person to do their social media marketing. Yeah, you guys can, but at the same time, you also want to have that person that's going to be tracking your analytics correctly and reaching that target market, and those people that don't know you exist yet, that you want to know you exist. It's silly. That's we always kind of laugh when we have a person be we'll have my daughter run it or stuff, and we're okay, that's fine, but I don't know who you guys are going to really be targeting.
Got it. And what approach, digital marketing and social media marketing, I think, is something that people really struggle with and don't really understand. So how do you approach creating a digital marketing strategy for a business that's just starting out, like a baby business?
Yeah.
So we just really try to find what they're really wanting and we try to fit into their budget as much as possible. So we ask them like what their budget is, because our main goal is to try and help a new business build to what they're wanting to. And so if that means us, trying to find anything that we can to help them, we will. We even offered like a few of our consultations, and we just tell them like, hey, this is what you could try, and you could try option B, option A, kind of see what works with you. And then that's just the most that we like to do, is just we really want to see them succeed.
Yeah, and it's about more of like a baby business, it's gonna be trial and error. You're gonna have to see what kind of works out for your business and what isn't succeeding for your business. And so you have to look at those analytics at the end of the day, and a lot of people really don't understand what that is and how it all works. And so that's what the nice part of is hiring one of us, is to make sure that we're like really digging in and telling you what is everything behind the analytics.
Got it. Brian says, what a great story of entrepreneurship. It really is. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then how do you measure the success of a marketing campaign? Like what are, when you're kind of going through and figuring out like, did this work? Was this successful? What are some of your parameters and metrics there?
It's really looking at those analytics. I know social media managers are just like analytics, but that really
I was like, what does that mean?
that really shows you how well your page, that ad that ran, or just how your profile is running after all, to kind of show, oh, like this post is like really doing good, and it can be a funny meme or something. So maybe continuing to do those funny memes to bring in that audience to grow into like a fan page and like your actual community.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome, Counselor DeMott. Thanks for joining us this morning. Are there any like marketing trends or things that are going on in your industry that are particularly exciting right now?
That's a hard question. I think just like overall, there's a lot of people coming into the industry, which is very exciting because there needs to be more of us. There are so many businesses out there that need our industry to really have a successful business nowadays, since that's where all your clients are now. They're no longer really reading the newspaper, or there's still word of the mouth, but social media is really how you get your clients nowadays. So having that, to see that there's more people coming into this industry is super exciting, just so we can kind of network with them and be like, oh, have you had a client tell you this or that? Like, what did you think? And like, did you laugh about it? Because everyone's first approach of like hiring a social media manager is like, well, can you make me go viral? And it's like, well, it's not like that. Like, you don't want to just go viral. Like, you want to build a brand behind your name.
Yeah. It's interesting. I met with a member a while back who his biggest complaint was that with social media these days, anybody can be on social media and do anything. You can get your advice from anywhere. And so he just didn't really know how to stand out amongst all of the other people doing the exact same thing that he's doing. So what advice would you have for something like that?
I think be bold to your brand and be very transparent with the people that you're trying to target. When someone sees like you're being vulnerable, or you're opening about how your business is kind of struggling right now, or how you're different from other companies, people tend to really like listen and want to follow and want to be your client, because they understand that you might be a small business owner too. So they get it, that it's hard to start a business from scratch, or be somewhere where there's a ton of the same businesses. So just really being transparent with all your clients.
Yeah. When you start working with somebody, what are some of the biggest mistakes that you see them making?
That's hard. I think more of like
Not posting enough,
yeah,
I would say.
the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with the brand, like when you are on social media, like you have to make sure that you're posting that consistent colors and fonts and not changing it up every day, because then your customers are going to get confused of like, oh, who's posting this, or it's just going to look tacky.
Yeah, I love when you look at an Instagram page and you're just kind of scrolling through it and it just all looks very uniform and the same. And you can tell like that's just their brand and it just looks very professional and put together. So yeah, I agree. That's probably one of the bigger mistakes that people make is not paying enough attention to the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so with social media constantly evolving, I mean, there's new things every day. There's new apps, there's new strategies, everything's different all the time. So how do you help businesses stay ahead of the curve?
We are wanting to do a lot more conferences. So that's one of our goals coming up this year too, is trying to like attend like these marketing conferences, just so we can make sure that we're also staying up to date and just doing a lot of research. It takes a lot of time. So that's kind of what we've been doing for now. But next year we're wanting to start going to a few conferences and kind of seeing, okay, I like that idea, or maybe we can try this. And the other good thing is like when you have other marketing friends or businesses, you guys can kind of like bounce off of each other and we can like learn from each other as well.
Yeah, it's not more of like a competition of like, well, I have this many clients. No, it's like with the same people. We don't want to build competitiveness between each other. Like I just want us to be able to like talk and bounce off and be like, oh, well, hey, did you know like Instagram did this new update your clients or something.
Yeah.
Just for that, because we're not really about the competitiveness. We're just wanting to help businesses and help even social media marketers that are just starting.
Yeah. And how do you, there's like algorithm is like this huge buzzword and, it's like super important. I don't think anybody understands it or even really knows what goes behind that. So how do you try to control the algorithm or like fit in there? What does that mean? Explain that to people.
So algorithm is kind of like the setup behind the app of like Instagram will look at every post and content and kind of push out what they think is the best. And then that's how you kind of perform and get the best results and all that fun stuff. And to this day, it's still hard to figure out the algorithm because, like you said, it changes every day. So you're fighting with it. And so luckily the client and the business owner are not fighting with the algorithm. Instead we are. So that's one thing they don't have to stress about.
What's super popular right now? Like, because I know it kind of goes back and forth. Like sometimes Instagram's really pushing out reels and sometimes they just want still photos. And so what's the most popular or most beneficial thing to be posting?
So till today, from the last time I checked, which was yesterday, the best thing to post are carousels. We actually made a post about this earlier this week. Was carousels are now the new thing. So you heard rails were kind of the thing a few months ago, but now they're carousels. So you can post up to 20 carousels or 20 photos on a carousel on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And let's say someone swipes past your carousel and doesn't interact with the first photo, Instagram will actually pop it up again on their feed, but with the second photo. So now you have a ton of ways and different photos to like show your interaction with your followers. Because let me tell you, when someone posts like a recap of their month, I'm sliding and I'm looking at all their photos. So it's a new way now to interact and engage with your followers.
Got it. Can you share an example of a particularly successful campaign that you've worked on?
I would say we have been working with a school district and just seeing all the like advice and how much we've made a difference with the school district and like their families and being able to keep them up to date and kind of just be their outlet to know what's going on in the town. That's been really, really nice.
Awesome. Yeah, and even just like I said, the analytics showing behind it has been amazing. They had a social media manager, I think, for a while, and we hopped on in August. And from like looking at the analytics, because that's something that we do right before we start going in and messing with the feed, we'll kind of jot down like the previous analytics and then the new ones. And it has been crazy to see how much we've increased the follower count, the impressions. I think when we began with them, they were only seeing about 10,000 impressions, so now they're seeing over 300K impressions. So
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
yeah.
So it's been really fun. And just working with the school district in general has been really nice, being able to like go out to the community and getting that in-person content for things that they have going on. It's been really great. And I feel like, especially when the parents cannot be there to see it, they get to see some of the recap videos that we make.
Yeah.
And they love it. So that makes it a lot. And like
Makes our job happier.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you guys know, because you have a small business, a lot of times budgets are super tight. So what advice would you give to a small business that wants to market effectively on a tight budget?
So we are now offering this package where we actually will train you and show you some of our favorite tools that we use. Just because we get it. When you're starting off, you don't really have the budget to budget in a social media marketer. Like sometimes they can be really expensive or just like not something that you can afford at that time. So we are now offering this program where we'll be kind of teaching you the basics and showing you how to run your social media if you can't hire one of us.
Got it. What would you say the best platform is for social media marketing? You mentioned LinkedIn, and I'm really bad about LinkedIn. I don't even like think about it actually.
No.
So maybe there's two parts to this question. What's the best social media platform to use? And then can you go into a little bit more about the up and coming importance of LinkedIn for a small business?
Yeah. So I think my favorite one is Instagram. What do you think?
I like Instagram a lot too. I feel it's just super easy just to go and look up somebody off of Instagram.
Yeah.
And you know that they're going to have a profile. So then you can kind of go through and look at their feed. Unlike, I feel Facebook is still a good option, but I feel if you want to see like more hands-on, more pictures and stuff, it's Instagram.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then LinkedIn is kind of important for businesses owners that are like targeting, like we should be on there. Well, we are on there, but there's constantly people on LinkedIn looking for someone to do their social media marketing. So it's kind of like another Instagram, but like completely kind of networking. So you're having those clients that are like looking. So they want to look on there. So it's like kind of another app that you should kind of be on consistently to kind of see who's looking for your niche.
Yeah. Well, I definitely need to get better about LinkedIn. So I think probably a lot of people do. We have a member, I'm sure you met her, Martina Mitchell. She works for the Aloft in Broomfield, and she pushes LinkedIn like crazy. She's always on there. So
yeah, no, it's like the new Instagram. I feel like it's going to become very popular in 2025 because it's just somewhere where all your clients are and they're needing you. So you have to be present to show that you're there and you're visible and you're ready to work.
Awesome. And so you talked a little bit about branding. I want to go back to that just because I feel like it's so important. Again, I think that a lot of businesses don't have a strong brand. And you just kind of lose an opportunity there. So can you talk to us about the importance of branding and maybe what some good strategies are in developing your brand and then staying consistent to it?
So branding is something that I think a lot of people overlook. Mm-hmm. They kind of think it's just like, oh, include your logo on everything or stuff like that, when really it's creating a brand that you're going to be able to present in person and online. You don't want to act one way online and then be completely different in person. You have to kind of play both roles at the same time. So that's something that we like to tell our clients is like when we set a branding and we're redoing it, we need to make sure that you can project it online and in person. So that's one thing. But branding also is something that you have to stay consistent with to be able to build that brand and that audience that will consistently be behind your back. unfollow you and support you. So that's more of like making sure your font is consistent in all posts. Your brand voice is consistent. So in your captions, your hashtags, when you're posting on your stories and you're reposting other people's work, you have to make sure like that fits your brand. So being able to use that professional voice and not posting stuff that doesn't relate to you.
Yeah. And you mentioned hashtags. I think this is another thing that people don't really understand. I know that I struggle with it. What's some tips or like pro advice around hashtags and what type of hashtags you should be looking or using? Sorry.
No, it's okay. So hashtags they're a little confusing. So you can either have like a software that will tell you and generate you like all your content that you've done and like show you the best hashtags that are performing well, or you can kind of just watch from your analytics to show like on Instagram they'll show you like the post that's doing really well. So you'll want to like look at those hashtags underneath that post to be like, okay, so let's continue to use these hashtags and see how they're performing with my other posts and see all that fun stuff too. You just have to kind of play around with it until you make a solid list and Google form of or Google Doc of all the hashtags that are performing well for your business. But yeah, just mix it up. And I always suggest using hashtags that are over or under at least 1 million use.
Oh, got it. Okay. How do
Yeah.
you tell if it's performing well? What
So
is the
either be like impressions or people look it up. So like they'll look it up on their search bar. So all your analytics will tell you all that fun stuff.
Got it.
So if people are looking it up, okay, clearly you know this is a good hashtag because your stuff is being put out and it's being put out into that algorithm. So you want to continue to use that hashtag if it's putting your information out there.
Got it. All right. We'll shift gears just a little bit. Maybe what's your favorite part of running Marketing by Jae?
Mine is being able to network. I'm a people person. I love to go and meet new people and hear about people's businesses and all the great things that they're doing. So that's one of my favorite things.
Awesome.
I would say networking as well, and also the flexibility that I'm able to have with my kids. So I feel like those are my two big ones.
Awesome. And can you share a fun fact about yourself, both of you, or your team together that people might not know?
Can we do both?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. A lot of people always think that we're sisters, but are not 100% sure. But this is a sister-based company, so we are sisters. And a fun fact about me is I'm a dog mom, so I love animals. I am a pet owner, and I have been since I was 4 years old. And my dog is not just a normal dog; he's a horse. That's what we like to call him.
And what
What kind of dog is he?
He's a Great Pyrenees mixed with an Alaskan Husky. So he's a big boy.
Yeah, I bet he's gorgeous.
He is. He has a
Yeah.
lot of energy, but we like to call him my horse.
Yeah.
And then a fun fact about me is I love to travel and I love going to concerts. So those are two fun facts.
Yeah, I can relate to both of those. So what's the first step a business should take if they want to work with Marketing by Jae?
Send us an inquiry so we can kind of see all of the things that you would like to work on and improve with social media, or even just your Google ads. That's another way to get really out there because people are always and will always use Google as a way of finding people that they need for their business. So send us an inquiry so we can kind of create a project and a proposal tailored to you so we can have that ready when we jump on a Zoom meeting.
Awesome. And how would they get in touch with you?
So you can either follow us on our Instagrams, Marketing by Jae, or our Facebook, Marketing by Jae, or they can go to our website at marketingbyjae.com.
Awesome. Great. Is there anything else that you would like to share about yourselves or your business before we log off here?
Yeah, I think just we welcome everyone to kind of talk to us or reach out to us. We're here to help every business, even if you don't think you have it in the budget. We could definitely work something out for you, just because we know the struggle it is at first to get out there on social media. And like we said, we just want to help small businesses bloom and grow into an industry and a business that they never thought they could have.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for joining me today, and thanks for everybody who tuned in. It was fun having you on. I appreciate it, and hope everybody has a good rest of your week.
You
Thank
too.
you.
All right. Bye, everyone.